Oh, hello everyone. It's a lovely Sunday and it's Father's Day today. So I just want to wish all those fathers out there a happy Father's Day, and hopefully you have a very good time, with your children or grandchildren, or even, maybe adopted children or foster children, or whatever, or any kind of children. Okay, so we do have a very good relationship with our Heavenly Father, our Divine Father. So, yeah, and it's lovely to see Diane on the screen. Welcome, Diane. And today I'll be making a very simple dish, Japanese curry with just vegetables. And as for the sweet, I'll be doing a ginger syrup tofu sweet. So what I'll start with, I'll go through the ingredients first. So I have here one sliced onion. Now I'll use a Japanese curry, which is this brand here. I know it's a bit back at the front. So and it comes in two little box, and one of them it looks like a paste like that. And I have here potato and carrots, which I have cut into bite size, zucchini, frozen peas. Okay, now what I'll do now, I'm going to heat up the pan. And I'll just leave this for a maybe a minute or two. And I'm just adding some vegetable oil into the pan, say about 2 to 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil. Right, now, give it a bit of a swirl. And I've got here some minced garlic. Now, Japanese curry, I've only discovered about, not very long ago, because coming from from Malaysia, so we have a lot of, we eat a lot of curries and spicy dish. So, and this Japanese curry is actually quite delicate, and it's not as strong as the normal curry that I'm used to. Okay, so now the pan looks a bit hot now. So what I'll do is I'll add the sliced onion. Okay, into the hot pan. Now at the same time, I will put in the 1 teaspoon of minced garlic. Now, as you can see, I'll give this a stir. I'll try and bring the, so I'll give this a good stir. Okay. I can hear the onions and garlic sizzling. I'll try to bring the computer a bit forward so you can see the Now I'll just wait for a few seconds till the onions become soft and the garlic is a little bit brown. Okay, you can see now. Right, next I'm adding the potato and carrots. Now potato and carrots take a bit longer to cook than the rest of the vegetables. So I will sort of add this first. And I'll give it a good stir and make sure all the garlic and onion go through the potato. Now, meantime, what I'll do is, while this is cooking, I may start with the dessert as well. Okay, now I'm going to use, today is just it's my own creation, and I find ginger is a very soothing sort of, ingredient, like a sweet ingredient. And I use a lot of ginger. So I store ginger. I always get ginger and store them in a fridge. And normally I get them fresh and they come in sizes like that. And you can usually get them from the, any grocery shop. Okay. And ginger these days, I must say, they're quite expensive. So you don't really need a lot of them. So a size like that, which is about, this size here, it can be like $2 or $3. Okay. So what I do with the ginger, I don't use the whole ginger. I just use maybe, say, this much, which is about, the length of my thumb. And I get some of the skin of the ginger. I can smell the ginger fragrance, like, yeah, it's really good. I can smell the ginger fragrance coming out of the ginger. So I just get some of the skin off, Okay, and you can just leave some of the skin on, especially when it's not too dirty and it looks like quite nice looking. And I'm just giving a rinse with cold water. Okay, now meantime, I'll keep stirring my vegetables. Okay, it looks like my onions is getting brown and my potato is cooking quite well. Okay, so it's just looking like that. And I'll just sprinkle a bit of salt onto the vegetables. Not too much, just the curry mixture might be a bit salty, but we wait and see. Okay. Now what I'll do now, I will add the zucchini because it looks like the potatoes and carrots are getting cooked, but still not quite soft yet. So I add in the zucchini anyway. And I'll give it a good stir again. And to speed up the cooking process of the vegetable, I will kind of add some water, swirl some water into it. Say 2 tablespoons of water, but not too much water. And I'll cover the vegetable for a little while it's cooking. And I'm getting back to my ginger. So here, I will slice the ginger up. Okay, I'll slice it. You can slice it as as thin as possible, but try not to do it overly thin, because we're not really mincing the ginger. We're just getting the ginger into like a coin size and place them in a pot like this. Okay. Now I'll put some boiling water into a pot, say about 1 to 2 cups. I don't quite use measurement here. I would say this is about 2 cups by itself. You can see how it goes, okay, like that. And I'm going to put it on the stove and let it boil. Okay, I'll just use okay, I'll put it on the stove and it will just infuse and start boiling the ginger. Okay. Now I go back to my vegetable curry now. So I'll just keep stirring the vegetables, and it looks like it's all coming beautifully together. And I'm now going to add the frozen peas. It looks like the potato and carrots and zucchini needs a bit of further cooking. So, and it looks like I need a bit more water, add more water to the vegetable so that it can become a bit more tender. So the whole process is that you do not let the pan goes dry because you do not want to burn the vegetable at the bottom. So what it is you basically need to, cook like soften the vegetable or cook it, at the required. So can you see all the colors of the vegetables there? And it's smelling good, okay? And I'm sure it's going to smell better as we add the curry to it. Now, here I've got my ginger and water boiling away, and I can smell the aroma of the ginger coming out of the boiling water. Now, into the pot that's boiling now, I'm going to add a couple. I'm going to add, say, maybe half a dozen of Chinese dates. Okay, they're very interesting sort of fruit. It looks like that, Chinese dates. They are not really big and quite different from our Australian dates or Middle Eastern dates. And they're dry, but they got this beautiful sweet taste to it, very delicate sweet taste. So into the pot, I'm going to put in my dates, as well as I've got here some goji berry. Okay, now you can get all these ingredients from the Asian supermarket. And I love going to the Asian supermarket because you get a lot of interesting things there, and they're quite good value as well. Goji berry, this is what it looks like. It's red. Okay, and I just put a handful, say maybe 1 tablespoon, a handful of goji berry into the pot. And it's boiling away. The pot is boiling. This is what it looks like. It's boiling away, and I'm going to turn the fire to simmer. Yep. Okay, simmering away now. So I'll leave it the way it is. Now back to my curry. It looks like the vegetable is coming well, really nice, and sort of like coming, like it's getting tender, but not breaking apart. Now I'm going to add my golden curry again. I'm going to show this, and you can get this in the supermarket or even in an Asian supermarket as well, okay? It's very easy, and it comes in 2 packets like that, and what you do is just open it up. All right, open it up and put the packet in there. Okay. So that's what it looks like. You put the curry in, and then it's going to start dissolving. So it looks like my pan is getting a bit dry, so I'm going to add more water because I want the curry to be a bit runny and, sort of covering the entire vegetables.
Is it hot curry? Oh.
So what I'll do as well is to speed the process of the curry up, I will break apart the curry paste, and I'm going to mix it quite well into the vegetable. I can start to smell the aroma of the spices. Okay, I'll keep adding more water to it. And I'm going to turn the fire down to simmer. Okay? I suppose, you can also dissolve the curry paste separately in a bowl with maybe some boiling water or hot water and put it into the vegetables. Yep, it's all coming nicely together now. And it's simmering away. It looks a bit thick, so what I'll do is I'll just keep adding water to it. Yeah. So basically, basically you just got to play it by ear and sort of have a feel for, when the curry is getting a bit gluggy or sticky. You just need to keep adding water. It's like making, it's like making a gravy.
Is the curry hot?
I don't think so, Diane. They have a different sort of grade, but this one here, it did say hot. But anyway, I'll soon have a taste. Okay, but I know for a fact, it's like, even though it's hot, it says here, I know for a fact that Japanese curry are very mild and they're not hot like Indian curry or or most of them, Southeast Asian curries. Yeah. And if you like a bit more yellowy color to this curry, what you can do is you can add a bit of turmeric. Okay, the turmeric are really nice, sort of root, earthy and natural type of. So what I do, I add a bit of turmeric to it to give it a bit of a beautiful orange color. Okay, it looks like it's all coming together, and I'll add more water to this.
Do you eat it with rice?
Yes, you can eat it with rice or with noodles, udon noodles, or even with some roti, But I think with the Japanese curry, I think it's I think most people eat it with rice. Yeah. Sushi rice, anything. Yeah. Yep, it's coming together. It's just coming together. So I just keep stirring it so that all the flavors will go through the entire pot and covering the vegetables beautifully. Okay, it still looks a bit thick, so I'll just keep adding water to it. Now it's simmering away. Now I should be doing a bit of a taste now, just to make sure that it's salty enough and all the flavors coming together, and make sure the vegetables are tender enough. Now you can use different vegetables besides what I've used here. You can use French beans and any pumpkin. Great sweet potato, I think that'd be nice. And instead of peas, you can use edamame, edamame peas or whatever. You can use just different stuff. Okay. So what I'll do is I'm gonna have a taste now, just to make sure. Not bad. No, it's not hot at all, Diane. It's got a nice spiciness to it, and it's not hot. Now, being Japanese curry, it's quite different from Indian curry or Sri Lankan curry, that they use a lot of tomatoes, and different from Malaysian curry because we use a lot of spices and coconut milk. So this is quite delicate. And definitely is, for my standard, it's not spicy at all. It's not hot. But it's a beautiful combination to go with rice, and it's very sort of, I think it's a very comfort food. It's very comforting to eat. Yep, so it looks like it's done now, okay?
Yes.
Yeah, it looks like it's done. So it's like it's got all the gravy is infused. into the vegetables. Yeah. So we've got the potatoes, which is yellowy in color, the red of the carrots red, and then you've got the zucchini and the peas, give it a beautiful green color. So what I'll do is, it looks like it's done, and I won't simmer it too much anymore because it's going to dry the whole dish out. So what I'll do is I'm going to turn it off.
Yeah.
And just let the whole, the whole thing sort of, go through with all the flavors. Now I'm going back to the mixture, the ginger and dates and goji berry mixture. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Okay, it boiled up, quite a bit. I'll show you.
No, it's all right. Yeah.
Yeah, and what I'll do as well, now this is the trick. What I like to do is, because the date is quite round, and what I do is I like to break the date apart. So I'm just going to so the date is quite soft, and I break the date apart now. Yep. Yes.
Somebody is joining us.
Oh, okay. Is it a hot curry? No, it's not a hot curry. It's a very mild, lovely, sort of a comforting, a little bit spicy curry. So now back to the ginger mixture. Now it smells beautiful.
If there's any notification here, just press submit. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Yeah. My daughter's helping me. I'm not very logically savvy here. Okay. So now, so this is what it looks like. So I just broke the date up. Now I'm just going to keep boiling it for another few more seconds. And while it's boiling away, so I haven't added any sweetener or any kind of any kind of syrup, or whatever to the ginger mixture. But what I'll do is I'll give it a little taste now. Okay, just to make sure it's not too.
Dates are very sweet.
Yeah, but it's got hardly any sweetness in it. But it's got a very because the dates are still, it's very delicate, and it's not that overly sweet date that we are used to, not like the Middle Eastern dates. Okay, so yeah. Now what I do is I'm gonna add a bit of honey, not too much, just a tiny bit. Say I'll start off with maybe even less than a tablespoon of honey, just less than it, and I'll put it into the mixture. But the aroma of the ginger is just beautiful. It just goes through your, the airways, and it's a very comforting dish if, on a cold day, or it's not that cold anymore, but even at any occasion. Okay. Yep. So now again, I'm going to give it a taste again. I just washed the spoon. Still, it's not quite sweet, but then what I'll do is I will also, now I like it a bit of a caramel color to it. So what I'll do is I'll add a bit of the golden syrup. Not too much. Again, say maybe another half a tablespoon. You can just keep sort of adding syrup, or honey according to your taste bud. Okay. And it's just still simmering away, and I'm just going to give it another taste. I'll just wash the spoon. Just perfect. Just perfect. Right. What I'll do now, the mixture is just simmering away a little bit more. Now it looks like the goji berry is softened, and the dates is softened, and the ginger has been boiled quite nicely, And what I'll do now is I'm going to place the pudding I mean, the place, the tofu, actually. Now, this is just the tofu that you get from any Asian shop.
Yeah.
You know, even in this case, you can get it from Coles or the supermarket, you know. And it comes in, well, I just used half the other day, so this is another half. And what I do is I'm going to place this whole white tofu onto a bowl. Looks like that. Okay. Now, I'm going to turn off the gas. Now it's quite, it's sort of like, it's sort of sweet enough. And I will scoop the liquid, the mixture onto the tofu. Okay. See how the syrup goes, and these are the dates I'm talking about. It looks a bit like cherries, and these are the goji berry.
So you're just pouring it over the tofu. Is that tofu?
Yeah, hi Carrie. Yes, that's tofu. That's just the white soft tofu or the silken tofu.
Okay,
It
so you
comes
don't
in a
cook
packet,
that.
you know, like that.
Yeah, you don't cook it.
Sorry, no, you don't need cooking. And
Okay.
so you don't really need cooking, but I suppose you can, if you want to cook it, you can, because the tofu itself is already set like a curd.
Yep.
And it's kind of like ready to eat, you know, and so it's like a pudding. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Normally people use this tofu for miso soup.
Yep.
Yeah. Or, you know, for some Asian dish, and normally people use this for vegan mayonnaise.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
So do you soak the tofu in the juice that you've just
Yeah,
created?
exactly. So the tofu is just I just place, like, say maybe you can actually quarter it, or maybe, you know, like break up the tofu. But in this instant, I just put, say, half of the portion into a bowl, and I pour this liquid that I've just done on the tofu, and it will, you know, and let it stand, say maybe for 5 to 10 minutes until all the sweetness of the liquid infuse into the tofu.
Okay. How long does that normally take?
Oh, it doesn't take long, you know. I mean, you can even eat it straight away if you like, you know, because the tofu is quite delicately, you know, like tasteless. But then because with because when you eat it with the syrup, or with, I wouldn't say syrup, the sweet soup with the goji berry and the dates, you know, you kind of like yeah, it's sort of like, you know, have a very nice clean palate. Yeah. So I did try it yesterday, you know, last night. So it's a very simple thing, and I'll let you know. You know, it doesn't take long. You can take, say, about 5 to 10 minutes if you like, or even less than 5 minutes. Okay, so that's what it looks like. All right, now what I'll do now is I'm going to dish out the curry. I've got here some boiled rice, and I'm going to dish the curry out.
I'm hungry.
Oh, I'm so sorry, you know, I wish that you're here in person with me, you know.
Oh.
Yeah. You know what, when we meet again physically, I definitely will, you know, I definitely will redo all this dish, recook all this dish for you guys, okay?
Oh.
You know, that's, so here I've got the, yeah.
Oh, yum.
Yeah, okay.